Good evening, internet. So it's Sunday, it's the 21st of September, and it is just gone 6:10. What an awful day weather-wise. It's absolutely thrown it down now. It's been like it most of the day. And in actual fact, today is Royal Enfield's Ride Together Day. Now I'm not sure if this is just European or if it's worldwide or whatever it is. And so yeah, if you got a Royal Enfield bike and you want to participate, you went to the allocated meeting point and off you toddled. Brilliant idea. Now there was one being done by us, which is up in Brest because it's our region, the Breton, and it's cancelled. They sent the emails out last night saying due to adverse weather conditions it's cancelled. Now there's Mark got his own channel, yeah. In fact, he's just changed his bike. He's got the most beautiful Triumph Speed Twin 900 that you could wish to see. Absolutely fantastic bike. So if you're into Triumphs, or if you just want to see some beautiful Scottish scenery, tune in Mark on YouTube. Anyway, now he's done it today, you know. Now we all associate Scotland, don't we, with rain. Trust me, I see a lot of videos that Mark's put on and I look here and I think to myself, mate, I'd swap places with you any day of the week. Anyway, okay, that's what really this video isn't about me. So, well, it is. I do slag off this area because it's the weather is just diabolical, along with a lot more things that's diabolical here, but still, never mind. Anyway, right now, so I tell you what, one more thing that I've got to do before I do anything else. My mate, my friends back in the UK, Harry and Sharon, right? Right, so Harry's father-in-law, Brian. Hello, Brian, how you going, mate? Anyway, now, this just doesn't apply to Brian. This is to like anybody else that may be interested. If you'd like to subscribe to me, because Brian was saying to Harry, I'm not too sure how to. Right, all you got to do, when you watch any of my videos, it doesn't matter what video you watch, any of my videos, at the bottom right hand, I had to stop and think there, at the bottom right hand corner, there's a little, it'll say drone on. I do believe it's like a grey silvery colour. Now, as long as you're on your phone or your computer, if you put the pointer or you touch it with your finger on that box, it will open up another box automatically right next to it and it'll say subscribe. Click on that and that's it. You are subscribed to me. That's all you got to do. Right, that's it. It's as simple as that. Okay. Right, so the next thing, you can't hear the rain, but yeah. Right, the next thing, in this day and age, because a lot of people that watch me, I've got to have a slurp of coffee. A lot of people that watch me are, should we say, the elder generation, yeah? 50 plus, right? We are the mature generation. We're the ones that we know what life is all about, right? We've been there, we've done it. We'd like to wear the t-shirt, but it don't fit anymore. Anyway, right now, but one thing I think a lot of us have learnt going through time is that because something's got a name tag attached to it, doesn't always make it the best quality out, you know. A lot of times you can pay for the name. Now I've done this several of my videos. I'm well against it. I totally and utterly refuse. Like, I won't walk around displaying, you know, I can't say different names because of YouTube, because I'll get hit for being a naughty boy, but you know what I mean, you know. There's one with a tick on it and other bits and pieces. I won't do that, you know. I look for most of all, especially if it's electrical or tools or something like that, reliability. That's all I want, reliability. Now, firstly, there's two things that I've bought recently, and I thought to myself, do you know what? I'll share this with people. It's not a review. It's not me saying they're brilliant, they're this, they're that. I'm sharing it because I genuinely think that these things they're worth the money. But the main thing is they do what they're supposed to do at a fraction of the price of a lot of other things. And therefore, I thought I'll pass it on. Right, now, before I go any further, I'll give the Ali haters chance to switch off, because both of these things are from AliExpress, who I find to be more than adequate. I absolutely do. I always remember when I got my Gorilla, right, I looked at engine protection bars, and Royal Enfield was selling a set, supposed to be genuine Royal Enfield parts. Now, I got a set from AliExpress in exactly the same boxing, with exactly the same dimensions, with exactly the same instructions, the same video with it, everything. And I fitted it on, it fitted on perfectly, everything fitted. It's been on my bike now a year. Now, one guy, I forget his name now, I don't really want to know his name, he'd come on and, well, how could you do that budding rubbish like that on your bike? It'll crack the frame and it'll do this and it'll do that. And I remember saying at the time, well, if a set of engine bars are going to crack the frame, I don't really think much of the quality of the steel then that is being used in the first place. But they have done a brilliant job. Fitted on, you know, they've worked fine, they've given me no trouble at all. The only difference was I saved over €100. So, again, just because it's AliExpress or whatever company somebody uses, you know, it's like quad lock, right? You know, the quad lock thing where you fix your phone on. AliExpress, I've got one on all my bikes, yeah? I've never ever once had any problem whatsoever, never. Well, they're not quad locks, but they're as good as. They are absolutely perfect at a fraction of the price. But of course, some people are saying, oh, mine's a quad lock. Anyway, right, okay. So, first things first. I decided, because of several things, weather being one of them, and building the chalet, that I haven't got as much or anywhere near the riding time that I'd like to get in. So I thought to myself, I'm going to try and ride more in the winter. Now, the problem with that is that with the winter comes the cold. And I don't care who says what. As you get older, excuse me, as we all get older, we feel the cold. It sets in. And you know what makes it worse? You get out there on the bike and you're okay for the first half hour, 3/4 of an hour. But once that cold chills you, you get home, it takes you about 2 days to warm up. It's a nightmare. And that then seems to take over. You look outside on a decent day and you think, oh, I'd do it, but it's gone. So I thought and I've got all the thermal clothing and God knows where. It doesn't make a difference. Thermal clothing does not compensate for being an old git. It's as simple as that. I mean, that's it, innit? That's the bottom line. We're getting older, you know. Gone are the days where you could get out there in the middle of December with just a little t-shirt on and a jacket and feel fine. These days you need half your wardrobe on just to get out of bed. So I thought, okay, I'm going to finish my coffee. Heated gear. I thought, oh God, fly. Heated gear. Now, all I don't want to be walking around like a Martian, right? Or like the Michelin Man. I hate having too much clothing. I feel uncomfortable. So what I want is, I just want to keep the top half, the torso, right? Getting technical now. I just want to keep the torso warm, yeah? But I don't want to go out and spend a fortune. There are bike gear on the market, which I had a quick look at. Forget it. It ain't happening. I mean, it's just not going to happen. I'm 68 years old, knocking on 69. I'm not going to do a trip to I don't know, some way out place where it's -57. I'm on about me having a leisurely ride, you know, just to keep the chill off. So I don't want to spend a fortune. I'm a pensioner. I can't, you know, you get the drift, right? So, AliExpress. I got this. Now, I chose the furry one, right? What it is, it's like, oh, sort it out, Colin. It's like a Gillet style jacket, you know, a body warmer style. Yeah, no arms, no high neck. Yeah, it's got this sort of lining inside, and then the outside is like a furry sort of lining. Yeah, see? Yeah, looks like that. Yeah. Now on it. It's got 2 buttons on it, yeah, and it's the back and the belly, yeah. Now there is 6 pads on the back, and there's 2 on the belly, and there's 1 just behind the neck. I don't know whether it'll pick that up, but yeah, that's it there. Now, and it's really comfortable to wear. It's not heavy at all, so it's not intrusive. Now you run it off a normal battery pack, whatever battery pack that you've got lying around. Mine's a 1000 milliamp. Is it? 1, 2, 3, 4. 10,000 milliamp. Yeah, sorry. They didn't put the comma in. I'm no good without commas, or not a comma, you know what I mean, the decimal point. So it's 10,000 milliamp battery, yeah? Okay, now I've got a couple of 3 of these, because I use them if I ever go away these days to charge up the cameras and that, should I be in the tent. Now basically, this, hang on a sec, which pocket, right, yeah. You have a USB here, look, yeah? And you literally, you plug this in here, yeah? That brings, the lights flashed, right, at the moment they've gone off, yeah? You put that in your pocket, yeah? And you're all wired up and ready to go. Now, so you don't have to have the 2 on together. You can have either your back, your front, or both on. So you press and hold it, yeah, and it comes on, right? That's the back. Now it's glowing, yeah. So if I press and hold that, that's the front, yeah. Okay, yeah, they're both on, front and back. Now, red is the hottest setting, yeah. Press them again, and they go white. White is the lowest setting. Press them again, and they go blue. Blue is the media setting. Now, the good thing is, you don't have to have them both set the same. Say you don't want too much heat on your back. Suppose you're riding your bike, yeah, it's the middle of January, there's a bit of sun behind you, and your back's reasonably warm. So, you can turn your back down to white and maybe put your belly up to the top on. That's how good they are, yeah? Totally controllable, yeah? Or, if you wanted to, you can switch the back off altogether and just have your front on, yeah? And then you can adjust, if it gets a bit hot, you drop it down. And you know what? I think these are brilliant. I really do think they're great. To turn them off, you literally unplug your battery, and that's it. They go off. Now, I was wearing this, it was a chilly night the other night, and I put it on, and I'll tell you what, I had them both on, both of them on full power, yeah, and I had to turn them down. So when you've got a bike coat on top of you, yeah, I don't think for 1 minute, unless it was absolutely freezing cold, which in which case I probably wouldn't be out on the bike, I don't think that you would need that. But what I like about it, it really is controllable, yeah? You know what I mean? You are in control. Now, I paid, with the postage, under €25, which, what's that in pounds? I don't know, 18 quid is it? Probably. Yeah, 18 pound, 20 pound. That was with the postage. Now I'll put a link in the description straight through to this. Ali's got loads of them, absolutely loads of them. You got all different choices. You know, you can have more heating pads in them, you can have higher neck, you can have some with sleeves. I didn't want the ones with sleeves. Anyway, I think it's a damn good bit of kit, I really do. In fact, I'm actually looking forward to actually getting on the bike in the winter and trying it out. But for the money, do you know what? If that lasted me a couple of years and it stopped working, I've got my money's worth. I really have. Okay, so that's number one. Number two, right. Now, this upset me. Communication systems on your helmet, okay? Right, now I use Cardo. Mine's a Freecom 1, right? Which unfortunately, Freecom 1 now isn't made anymore, and they've stopped giving the updates, and I do believe it's gone to... What's Freecom 1 been replaced with now? I can't remember what it is now, but right, anyway. Now, what it has been replaced with, I think it's about €120 if I buy it straight off Cardo, yeah? Now, okay, I've had my Freecom 1 for, it's been some years, I've got to be honest. Has it ever given me any troubles? Well, I've had the occasional disconnection things, you know, where it's lost the sat nav or lost the phone and I've had to stop and reconnect it all. Not a lot, I've got to be honest, not a lot. It's clear, it's efficient, so all in all, I've been happy with it, yeah, I really have. Now, the good thing and why I've always used Cardo is it connects two things at once. So what I do, I have my phone connected to it and I have my Garmin, my GPS, yeah? Two things at the same time. Now, okay, a lot of people use their phone as a GPS, yeah? And so they don't need two things. Likewise, on my Cardo system, my phone connects to my Garmin, and therefore I really only need to connect my Garmin to it. I don't really need to connect the two, because the new Garmins now, the app that they come with, the Garmin Connect, you connect everything to that, and then you connect your Garmin unit to your headset, and everything's connected through that. So again, you only need one. Right, now my lad who's getting into riding and all that, he wanted a Bluetooth headset so that he could listen to his music, and if his girlfriend rings in to make sure he's on his way. That's the bottom line, isn't it? So I thought, okay, now I went on to, yes, you got it, AliExpress. Because I thought to myself, you know what kids are like. They throw their helmets down, don't they, and everything gets broken. So I thought, I'm not going to spend a fortune on it. Not yet, anyway. So I got him this, right? Now, I don't think there's an actual brand name on it, yeah? To be honest with you. No. So on the back here, you know, brief instructions. Listen to music wirelessly with integrated Bluetooth technology. Fashion design. Let music surround your life at any time. Hands-free function. Truly free your hands. Built-in rechargeable lithium battery. Long standby and working time. Okay. The Spirit. That's what's replaced my Cardo. It's now the Cardo Spirit. And the good thing with the Spirit is that the Spirit now can connect to any other headset, yeah? Like my friends Harry and Sharon, they've got one each on their helmet, so they can talk to each other and listen to the music and all that. I only have a single one because nobody wants to talk to me. I ain't got no mates to ride with, so what, you know, who am I going to connect to, eh? Waste of time. But I had to tell you that while I was thinking. Right, so this is it. Now, This is the second unit that we've bought him, because my lad is training to be a farmer, right? And there's a lot of times where he works with the pigs, yeah? And I'm not kidding you, when he comes home, he smells like a pig. He stinks to high heaven. It's disgusting. Everything on him, oh, dearie me. So he said to me, he said, listen, Dad, he said, I don't want to wear me decent helmet, checking it on the farm, you know what I mean? So, okay, rather than buy the base fittings and the extra mics and all that, for the price of these, we just got him another unit. So he's already got one of these on his helmet, which I tried first of all, but I'll tell you about that in a minute. So with this little bundle, you get all your pads to stick in your speakers. You get your speakers, and I'll tell you something, these speakers, compared to my Freecon one, these are far better speakers. They really are. You know, look at these sound absolutely great. Yeah, yeah. So there's your speakers. You get your fixing kit, and you get a spare sticky thing as well, should that one give way, but I don't see any reason it would. It's on his helmet, as long as you apply it properly, clean it properly, there's no reason. That's your charging lead, your USB to USB-C, and your actual unit, yeah, which is very, very, very simple, yeah, on and off, volume up and down. There's a couple more things that you do with this, right? Now the difference with this is, this will only connect to one thing, right? So obviously my son connects this to his phone, right? So, but Google Maps, he's got a built-in GPS on his phone. So really speaking, he's got everything on this, right? He connects this to his phone, and I'll tell you something now, right? It is crystal clear, absolutely crystal clear. I listened to this, I put his helmet on, and I was amazed. If I had to, this sounds better than my Freecon one now. Okay, my Freecon one has been superseded now, and you know, they've probably made it better, but, and here's the but, this costs less than €12. Less than €12 this did, and it works perfectly. My son uses it every day, every single day of the week. He uses this to work and back, then he goes out on the night. I think he's only charged it in about 4 weeks, charged it about twice. It is an absolutely brilliant bit of kit, it really is. Now if you want to go up one, which you can do, you can get this where you can connect more than one thing. You can connect 2 things, and you can also get this where it will connect to other riders. Obviously the price goes up, but you know, even the top one of these is still only about, I think about €40-50. I'll put a link in the description. But if you're someone like me, I'll tell you something now, if my Cardo stopped with, because, right, my son connects this to his phone, right, which is Android, right? It'll connect to either Android or iPhone, it doesn't matter, Apple. But it also will connect to a GPS, right? It doesn't have to be a phone. As long as it's a Bluetooth, it will connect. And it's Bluetooth 6, is it? 5 point something, it's the latest one. I forget what it is now. I did read it before, but yeah, I mean, it's you know, the latest Bluetooth, crystal clear. So I could connect this to my GPS, and everything I own, like my phone and that, is connected to my GPS. So for under €10, this will do exactly what my Cardo does, yeah? And let's face it, if by some chance this gets damaged, yeah, or you've got a lot of helmets, you know, or you know, you just don't want to spend a lot of money, which I don't, this is brilliant bit of kit. If something happens to my Cardo, this is what I will have. I without a shadow of a doubt, I will have one of these, because trust me, This is good. The quality is brilliant. It sounds really nice. The music is crystal clear. The phone calls was fantastic. I thought when I bought this it was going to be an absolute bagger, you know, but it isn't. It really isn't. It works absolutely brilliant. And for €10, you know, you just can't go wrong, can you? You literally cannot go wrong. Anyway, that's it. I'll put a link in the description for that. I'll put a link in the description for the coat. Like I said, if you don't like AliExpress, don't bother, right? Don't even bother telling me that they're no good. Because, mate, ladies, whatever you are talking total and utter rubbish. You're just the sort of person that, oh, I've got to have a branded name. Well, you have your branded names. I can have my cheap stuff and do exactly the same as you. The only difference is I've got a bit more dough left in the bank. Still, okay. That's it, really, I think. Is there any more stories to tell? There is another story to tell, but that's to do with the chalet, and I'm going to save that for when we're at the chalet so I can explain it as well. But anybody with any sort of knowledge of UPVC windows, when I tell you, you'll say, oh, really? You will, trust me. Right, on that note, I'm going to go now, and hopefully this weather's going to clear. The weather forecast isn't good this week, so I don't know when I'm going to be at the chalet. I don't know when I'm going to be out on the bike. I just don't know. It's all a bit of a myth, in it. It's just. I was talking to Pete. You've heard me talk of Pete before. Pete lives up in Normandy. He's got a Royal Enfield Classic. He said to me this morning, he said, now he's only 3 hours away from me, as the crow flies, eh? And he said, we got glorious weather here, and yet look at this. It's awful. Anyway. Right, okay. I hope wherever you are, you've had a brilliant weekend. I hope if you've been on the Royal Enfield ride out, Mark, I hope you had a fantastic time. It looked great. The pictures that you put on looked absolutely brilliant. I take it that you went on Bumble, Mark. I don't think you'd have gone on the Triumph, although I wouldn't be ashamed to have turned up on that Triumph, Royal Enfield or not. It is a splendid bike. Check Mark's channel out. Look at his Triumph. Speed Twin 900, 2025 model. It is absolutely beautiful. It could be a 2024 model, not too sure. But either way, it's a gorgeous bike. It looks, I think he's called it, now I could get this wrong, Ruby. I think it's called Ruby because of the colour of the tank. It's a beautiful looking bike. Anyway, right, on that note, I'm going to go. I'll see you all in the next video. If you've liked this, give me a thumbs up. That would be absolutely fantastic. It helps my channel. It helps me. Gives me a bit of like, oh, people do tune in then. And oh, I know one thing that I got to say before I go. And this was pointed out, strangely enough, by two people pointed the same thing out. And two people with the same name. See, I have a mate in the UK, which is Harry, which me and Harry go back years, right? You know what I mean? Harry is my sound guy, top man, right? And then there's another Harry that I know through YouTube, right? I don't know him personally, obviously. But he lives in Latvia, he's an Irishman, lives in Latvia, he's into music and all that, plays the harmonica, beats the drums brilliantly. Bad something Addy Blues. I can't remember his channel, but anyway. But they both pointed out something on, I think it was Friday's video, and I think it's 20 minutes in. So they watch them. Thank you so much, lads. But there was a little robin landed in front of the camera, right? Now, I hadn't seen this because obviously when I edit it, right, I don't go through everything. I go through bits and the editor, and I just edit bits and pieces. So I hadn't seen this here robin. But yeah, there's this robin. So if you haven't seen it, well, my question first is, why haven't you seen it? You should have done if you watched the whole video. But if you haven't seen it, it's worth looking at. It's about 20 minutes in, 21 minutes, and there's this robin lands in front of the camera, and he's watching. He obviously wants to learn a bit of building, although I don't know why he's watching me though, because there's a lot better out there than me. Anyway, right. Okay, so on that one, yeah, thumbs up. That would be absolutely fantastic. And if you're not subscribed, like I said, if you want to subscribe, don't forget, Brian, this is for you again, mate. If you want to subscribe, watch the video, drone on the bottom right hand corner, click on that. It'll open another box up which says subscribe. Click on that. Job's a good one, you're subscribed. Anyway, I hope you've all had a good weekend. I hope you're all well. I hope you're all healthy. That's the main thing. I'll catch you all in the next video. Thank you so much for watching, and bye for now.